Hi, my name is Glenda, and I'm one of the therapists and coaches here at Mindful Healing Space. And welcome to this very short video on assessing your well-being. So there's lots of tools out there that can help you get a picture of your overall health and well-being. This is one of those tools. There's certainly different variations of it all through the internet. However, this is one that we feel just kind of works, covers all the bases, and hopefully provides you a really easy way of checking in with yourself as to how things are going in your overall well-being and maybe focusing on one of those areas to work on. So let's get started. As you can see, there's a wheel that talks about different categories. So each of those categories relate to each other. So one impacts the other. So it is, when you're evaluating, kind of give a sense for what you think is the best for your current evaluation of that best guess. Okay, so this isn't perfection. This is about self-discovery, self-evaluation. One of the things to consider is the time frame you want to look at. So you can certainly look at it at a daily perspective, a weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annual. There is no right or wrong to it. In fact, there's some value in doing it in a variety of ways, perhaps. So based on the time frame that you're going to decide, I'm going to go through each of the categories, and give you kind of a sense for what each one means, or each one represents, and you can scale it from a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being horrible, 10 being amazing. And so where are you based on your time frame in each of these categories? The first one is purpose and meaning. So do you feel you have a clear purpose in your life? And that purpose, does it guide your actions and activities every day? Do you feel like you can contribute or making valuable contributions to your community, however you define that community? And are you engaged and excited about your life? The second category is relational health. Do you have strong relationships with others? Now, this is aside from partnership, which we'll talk about separately. Do you have relationships with family, friends, colleagues, community? Even if it's a small number, because it's that immediate circle of people that are around us. Can we rely on them? Can they rely on us? Do we get a sense of joy and feel connected to others? And are you able to bring your true authentic self to these relationships? The third category is mental health. Do you have a growth mindset that allows you to be resilient during challenging times? Are you able to forgive yourself? Are you able to look at yourself in the mirror and really appreciate who you are? Do you know who you are and the value that you bring to the world around you? Do you take care of your own needs and consider that of others? The fourth category is emotional health. So do you allow yourself to fully experience the wide range of emotions? Are you mindful of the energy, focus, and emotions you want to experience in this life? Do you avoid messy feelings? Or do you allow yourself to sit with those feelings but not wallow in it for too long? The next category is physical health. So, of course, we often think of physical health like movement or exercise or strength training or whatnot, but it goes well beyond that too. Do you have a relationship with your overall physical body in a way that you know what it needs and how to take care of it? And yes, that means moving and creating healthy mobility, especially as we age, but it also means eating well, drinking lots of water, getting a good night's sleep, and ensuring that it gets all of the nutrients and things that it needs to function well. One of the key areas being gut health, which we know is so important to our mental health. as an example. So do you have the energy or vitality that you need to actually live the life you want to live? This is one of the key questions when we think about our physical health. The next category is spiritual health. Do you feel deeply connected to your own sense of self? Self meaning spirit, soul, whatever word that you want to call it. Do you live in alignment with your values? Do you use those values to guide your choices, your decisions, your behaviors? Do you have a clear intention with how you want to show up in the world? This is often the area that actually affects our emotional health, our relationship health, our mental health. You can see how these things relate. And when we think about our spiritual health, it's how we are able to be okay with who we are internally and show up to the world around us and people around us with that in mind, knowing that we are just who we are and allow ourselves the space to be that. Too often we don't allow ourselves to be seen fully as ourselves, and so we kind of dampen ourselves to meet the needs of other people in a way that doesn't feel so good for us over time. The next category is financial health. You know, we live in a world where we need money to survive, to pay for things. So what is your relationship to money? Is it a healthy one? Do you have the means of making money that feels in alignment with your values? Does it provide you with a means to live comfortably? And are you able to use your strengths in your work that allows you to feel fulfilled? The next category is love and partnership. So do you feel a deep, trusting, appreciative, loving, nurturing connection with another human? Is that relationship respectful of each other's needs? Do you get your needs met in that relationship? And do you work together to achieve each other's dreams? Do you live with love and compassion in your life? The last category is learning, one of my favorite categories. So are you able to cultivate a sense of curiosity in the world around you and seek out new things to learn? Do you present yourself as a person who asks questions to understand and engage with the world around them in order to grow? Do you seek out ways to use your strengths every day and to master the skills that you think are important for your own growth and well-being? Okay, so you should have 9 answers of the scale of 1 to 10, and I want you to total them all up and then divide by 9 and get an average. Now, each of those individual answers is as important as the average score. But from this, I want you to get a sense of your overall well-being, whatever that score is. Now I want you to look at those individual categories, knowing that these things are all interconnected, and pick a focus area. What is one of those areas that you feel if you worked on it, it would actually have a ripple effect in multiple categories? Now, having that focus area in mind, can you start to see what you need to do in order to move that up? So even if it was, say, at a 7, how do you move it to a 7.5 or an 8? What was needed to just move that little bit? What are the habits that you need to work on? What are the things that you need to start to schedule in? And what is it you want to feel, right? How do you want to be in relationship to that category? What is the ideal sense of where you want to be? And with that in mind, how do you move towards that? So again, you can use this with whatever time frame you deem important to you right now. Perhaps it's on a daily basis, but perhaps it's on a weekly or monthly basis, which I think is a really wonderful way of looking at things, even if it's a month in review time, which is how I use it on a regular basis, of kind of checking in with myself of how are things going, and am I doing the things that I know I need to do to keep myself healthy and well. I hope you found this useful. Please check Mindful Healing Space for other videos and tools to help you live your life fully. Thank you.